What's going on? This Game Legend on the TV. Make sure you hit that like button, share button, subscribe. Tune into the most exclusive channel like no other. We do it on this platform and page one. We disappoint in the page when you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. You won't be disappointed, man. Got a lot to talk about, man. The CLW Podcast Episode 29. My co-host, Athena Goddess, future heavyweight women's champion, will be on episode 30. Return on episode 30. Soon episode away. So make sure you hit that like button, share button, subscribe. We got a lot to talk about this AEW main event. Got a lot to talk about SmackDown, Raw. Mainly, I really want to honestly to talk about AEW. And this rule change sucks, man. Let's keep it real. The rule change sucks. But make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to all platforms and pages from Twitch to YouTube to Facebook. You won't be disappointed. The TLW Podcast, Certified Legends Wrestling, episode 28. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And let's see what's going on. Let's see how we doing. Let's see. Let's see where we at. You come into the building, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're about to start. Just want to make sure everything's good. We're good on all platforms. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We appear to be good. Well, this is episode 28 CLW Podcast. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. We got a lot to talk about when it comes to AEW at this point, man. I mean, yo, the new rules suck, man. The new rules suck. We got all these people banning moves. Banning moves. AEW just went through a whole policy change. And we witnessed it. We seen the policy change out. Policy change is showing officially now. This had to be probably the worst blood and guts match ever they ever displayed. I know it sucks, but what else you gonna do, man? You can't hit them the chair in the face no more, just like how we used to love it. It seems like you can't do certain moves that I just witnessed you can't do anymore. Can't hit them a certain way. I don't even know how they got busted open, to be honest. I mean, all the stabbing he was doing in the beginning. They tried to fake, they did their little thumbtacks. That's not part of the band moves. But it showed. It wasn't that much chair shots. It wasn't that much tables in the ring. It looked like most of them didn't want to bleed that much. That's a toll, man. All these new rule changes took a toll, and I ain't like it. They had a few spots that was good. And I definitely did not like the ending at all, man. It's like, let me tell you, man. The ending, man, it sucked, man. I mean, I get it. You have your partner leave, but I'm like, if you're gonna have your partner leave, at least make your partner leave. But then, like 3 on 4, then all of a sudden, it'd be like oh my God, they showing like, they can add in a little slogan into it. All they showing a little blood and guts because it's 3 on 4 now, but they still surviving, they still outlasting, they still, taking it to them. But as soon as he leaves, all of a sudden, the match is over. Like, come on, man. That's they displayed it was whack, man. I ain't gonna lie. If you tune into the page, man, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. CLW Podcast Episode 28. We are talking about AEW at this point. The new rule changes suck. I don't like it. It ruined the Attitude Era how we used to look at it from everybody that's a hardcore wrestling fan or whatever used to look at it back in the days with your family and whatever, like how Attitude Era was. You could hit the chair shots. It was nothing but violence. And like suddenly the curse is being toned down now. Come on, man. We can't be having that, man. It's kind of messed up. It's kind of messed up that we can't enjoy wrestling now how we thought we was about to be enjoying it with the violence, hardcore stuff. It showed. This Blood and Guts match showed and displayed how the violence is not how going to be amplified like how it used to be. It was amplified. You can hit the chair, boom, busting open. It seems like I don't even know how honestly how Dean Ambrose Moxley got busted open. I really don't understand. Like, it seemed like he was the only one bleeding. Like they had a policy, like in his contract or whatever, he must bleed in certain matches. Because I expect everybody to be bleeding and exhausted and tired. It seems like at the end of that match, they ain't showed no marks of exhaustion. Everybody was just up and good, not tired, showing fatigue. No, oh, I'm holding my waist, I'm holding my face. There was none of that. It seemed like it was a one-sided match. Everybody was good with their hand raised. They ain't show no acknowledgement of getting their ass whooped. To be honest, let's keep it real. I didn't like it. I don't like the new rule change. It's just really showing the effects now. And if this keeps up, this is gonna be like NXT officially now. Who else agrees? It's gonna be like NXT. So I had AEW a little bit over NXT competing with a little bit with Raw and SmackDown. Come on now, you can't. I mean, you displayed the thumbtacks. Okay, cool. That's to the bad. So not that much face. You'll see so I expected to see thumbtacks and faces. It seemed like they ain't displayed none of that. We had Moxley with the oodles and noodles in his head. he had the oodles and noodles in his head before, but where was that at? We want to see that on live TNT TV. We don't want to go and search for it on YouTube. We want to see those things. We can't do that no more. I mean, that was like the signature, like, oh my gosh moment. Like you really got that thing stuck in your head. That's a popular move to do to show the effects of a person being in pain. And unfortunately, they even do that, man. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on, man. I think AEW might be losing its touch for the first time, and this is the first time in a long time. They've been displaying some good matches. This is going off a good pay per view. I guess a lot of people complain that pay per view what happened, and I can't be mad at that. The pay per view was like the ultimate. It was like the ultimate pay per view of the year. Keep it real. You would think after having a spectacular pay per view, Forbidden Door, in case of everybody didn't see Forbidden Door, the momentum would be up there. The momentum is gone. There's no energy in the matches. You see it sometimes, the effort, the longevity. They just had a good tag team match. I just talked about in the last podcast. But I don't know. I just think the Blood and Guts match should have been more what it was. I think it should have just been more what it was. Blood and Guts. It should have just been more. I feel like the match should have been either longer or they were supposed to do more things that they didn't get a chance to, and it wasn't displayed. And come on, we gotta admit that this is probably wasn't the best Blood and Guts match. It's probably the worst. Like I said, it's probably the worst Blood and Guts match ever. So if you didn't tune in to TBS today, they had a Blood and Guts match at AEW. And the moves they did, it was okay. Me, I just think like if I hear Blood and Guts, I tell somebody, recommend somebody to see this. I recommend somebody to see. Oh, tune into this like old school. They take it back in this wrestling organization. I'm telling people that used to watch WWE when it was WWF, they go to watch this. They want to watch it, and it's like, oh, this what you watch. You see, like they got spoiled some people when I said, yo, Forbidden Door, it's fine. They see that Forbidden Door pay-per-view, it's like, oh, yes, yeah. But then it's like, now that the new rule changes shows the effects of certain things you can't do anymore. Yeah, you still got the violence. Yeah, you still see blood, but you want to see more. And it seems like the only person that was bleeding is, I forgot his name, but they was like, they try to show off a little nails to the foot, to the face. But if you're going to do that, you got to also display some violence in it, meaning, I want to see a thumbtack in the face. I want to see a thumbtack in the forehead. Like there's certain stuff like that you do, you display it, you know? But that's my opinion on the Blood and Guts match and the heavyweight pay-per-view match. But make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, man. It's Clw Podcast Episode 28. My co-host Athena, the goddess, future heavyweight women's champion, will be returning Episode 30. So I'm just holding it down. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And we're gonna talk about Raw, and we're gonna talk about SmackDown. And I took Raw off mute a little bit. Everybody knows the commentary is trash now, and I'm just gonna keep saying that. Commentary on Raw is trash. It's trash. Commentary on Raw is trash. Before I go to that, I'm gonna give the AEW Blood and Guts match because that was the only important match that I paid attention to. I give it a 4 out of 5. Would have got a perfect score, but me seeing what Blood and Guts matches used to be, and I'm seeing this match, and I'm thinking like, okay, where's the action? Where's more blood? Where's the I'm looking forward to all of these things, and if I'm not seeing it, then I'm gonna go back to an old match, and I'm gonna be like, want to reminisce, So it would have got a 5 out of 5, but I expected more violence. Hopefully, everybody's enjoying this Wednesday, and enjoying the stream, enjoying the podcast, enjoying the episode. CLW Podcast Episode 28. Now, my notes I have right here. I feel like Cody at this point, man, is wasting his time in WWE. I don't think he should be there. He should be going against WWE. If you're watching, you should put Cody Rhodes as a heel. He should be a bad guy. Should be a straight bad guy now. He should have interfered. He should interfere in Seth Rollins' match. And then this time, instead of Seth Rollins being the bad guy, Seth Rollins is gonna be the good guy. And Cody Rhodes is finally gonna be the bad guy. That he finally gets the championship being the bad guy. The longer he be a bad guy with the championship, the more he's gonna be cheered even more. And then he's gonna be where he exactly need to be. Because it's getting boring at this point. His character is getting stale. I don't like it anymore. Because he should be heavyweight champion. I mean, am I bugging? Like, he should be heavyweight champion right now, and he's not. You better look out, DM me, make me a writer. They better make me a writer. They better make me a writer soon. So you thought Vince Russo was fired? On O'Connell, yeah. But like I said in the other podcasts, Cody Rhodes seems like he's getting delusional at this point. He doesn't have the ability to keep up with Brock Lesnar, and that's now no diss to Cody Rhodes. Brock Lesnar is on a different bracket, another level. Everybody had to cheat to beat this guy. It was either a no disqualification match, a no holds barred, or you hit him with something, or you try to submit him, or you hit him with a chair. That's the only way you beat Brock Lesnar. Let's keep it real. Nobody really beat Brock Lesnar with a 1-2-3 unless there was interference, unless there was somebody doing something extraordinary. Like, come on, we really think Cody Rhodes is gonna hit him with the his finish move 3 times, and that's supposed to be it. He gonna have to do that 10 times. And then he did an ultimate pause moment when he said he said, "I want to have a rubber match." Hey yo, you say yo, you want to have a rubber match with Brock Lesnar, and then after he said that, that was like, yo, you know what, man? I can't take Cody Rhodes seriously. It's just keep it real, man. I can't take Cody Rhodes serious no more. Man. He needs to turn heel. He needs to turn to a bad guy. He needs to interfere in Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor's match. That's what he needs to do, and he needs to help Finn Balor win the belt. And then Damian Priest interferes, gets the belt from Finn Balor, and then that's how that group implodes. Judgment Day, because it needs to implode at this point. It needs to just be disbanded, or a different leader, or different people in the group at this point. Because I think since we're gonna call him Ray Jr. because that's what he's trying to be, trying his best. After he won the little, I can't believe they took the belt off. Hell, man, like how you go? I mean, I understand you trying to get him to a point where, all right, we trying to get him up, we trying to get him up, trying to build him up. But what about the champion now, man? Is he gonna try to go for the heavyweight NXT belt now? Like, you took the belt for him, put it on. This is just crazy, man. Like, he should have just been in NXT from the beginning. He should have been in NXT from the beginning if he's gonna give him the belt. You know, he already get booed, he get a little heat, whatever. But I don't agree with that decision. I feel like he should have did more because he's been on a loser streak as it is. So you just gonna straight up give him the title belt. I don't agree with it. Mm-mm. I don't agree with it, man. I don't agree with it at all, man. You just join the page, join the podcast, man. This Game Legend on the TV, man. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Tune into most exclusive channel like the other, man. Anime series coming soon. The final episode, Dragon Ball Super Legends, episode 7, will be premiering on YouTube preview soon. So you won't be disappointed in that. Everybody liked episode 5 and 6. Episode 7 concludes the series. Then we go do our own anime. Hopefully you enjoy the writing because I do the writing exclusively and the anime is looking fire. I put a little preview post on my YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Get the subscribers up to get monetized, start playing these games. On my thousands of followers on every other platform. Get in tune, get with the program, subscribe to the channel. It's gonna be fire. You won't be disappointed. We're going to giveaway soon back on this platform page. Simple as that. Now, like I said before, my co-host at the end of the Goddess Song will be here on episode 30. I'm gonna push for it, whenever she's ready. Come back. We're gonna get her in episode 30. We can't open. And maybe episode 29, Maybe it'll be a good, it'll be good. Because I know it's a lot she wants to talk about as well. So let's write the notes down. We can revamp and go back. Um, yeah. So doing this, pushing, my daughter to be one of the best female wrestlers of all time. Doing what I got to do to push her to her goals and dreams before mine. That's what it's all about. So this is what a Certified Legend Wrestling is all about. So we're gonna have guests on here, talk about wrestling, talk about giving advice to people that's upcoming, trying to be a wrestler, and we're gonna have fun with this podcast, COW podcast, Certified Legends Wrestling. We're on episode 28. We should be on 128, but things happen. But we on the move, we on the groove. I'm pushing, keep on pushing, you know, and that's it, man. Hopefully you can go join Game Legends TV on YouTube, Facebook. Go do more uploads, new throwback videos on YouTube, on Twitch, and Facebook. We're gonna create our Rumble page soon, so we'll be streaming on that as well. So everybody, be sure the key to the algorithms getting through there. Subscribe and like. That's it. Now, like I was saying, Cody Rhodes has become very delusional into thinking that he could beat Brock Lesnar. The only way he's going to beat Brock Lesnar is if you do that heel turn. That heel turn, you can do a lot of stuff to display who you are. I doubt they're going to make Brock Lesnar lose the strap match, not rubber match. But it's not like a lot of they can really do. But we're going to see. We're going to see about it. Hopefully, during that pay per view in SummerSlam, they changed Cody Rhodes' character, man. I know everybody agree with me, man. I know WWE's, was watching this a little bit and agree with me, like other podcasters agreeing, like Cody Rhodes needs to turn heel at this point. Let's keep it real. Like he needs to turn heel, stop playing these games. And it's another change is needed at this point. On Raw, Gunther versus Riddle. So when it came to that match, Gunther versus Riddle, man, I feel like Riddle's another one that need a character change. I mean, he's not getting that crowd reaction he used to get because, you know, we want to see him in a different light now. We want to see his character get embraced. We want to see him, come and being the cool, real cool, being a heel with the shades on, dressed up nice, being flamboyant, all this. I mean, he's too, his character is becoming stale because it's getting like to the point where we used to see him with Randy Orton. So he needs to embrace that Randy Orton and unleash that full potential that he's hiding within him and just be himself even more. Be cocky, confidence gonna rise up even more, crowd's gonna love you even more. And yeah, man, I think he needs a character change. He needs to turn heel as well. And that's my opinion with that. I think the Gunther match should have been better. You know, I feel like it ended too quick. The moves wasn't really displayed like it should have been. But let's see if they're gonna have Drew McIntyre be the one to take out Gunther. That's an interesting match. They both got the same power, same height, same toughness. But how long they gonna keep Gunther as undefeated champion? Are they gonna keep him undefeated more than what they do with Roman Reigns, or they're gonna save Gunther's streak for Roman Reigns so they can head into WrestleMania against each other? Giving it to y'all, right? Gunther versus Roman Reigns, WrestleMania 40. Streak versus streak. Title versus title. Don't be fired. Don't be fired. I can see it right now. Being like they're gonna try to make it one of the best matches ever. I can see it right now. I can see it right now. Gunther versus Roman Reigns. I can see it. But who knows? Because Gunther needs to win the Royal Rumble. And we'll see him being the last person last year. Let's see if they're going to make him be the one to win the Royal Rumble this year, like that you'd like to do. Because right now, nobody has that momentum like Gunther has, to win a Royal Rumble. So if he beats undefeated by the Royal Rumble and beats Drew McIntyre, which is going to be probably his toughest opponent, he's gonna go to WrestleMania and probably be the one to beat Roman Reigns. If it's not gonna be Jey Uso, because to me, I think Jey Uso should be the one. He should pass that torch down within the family. That'll be like cool because we've seen it back in the days of how people did it. But let's see. It is what it is. Let's go to the next match. Gunther tore up Matt Riddle. Matt Riddle needs a character change. We'll keep saying that each time I see Matt Riddle try to win a match. It just doesn't work. It's not working anymore. WWE needs to see that before it be too late. They'd be like, they'll have nothing for you. You don't want to get to that point. This Ronda Rousey versus Shayna Baszler. See this promo right here. It's like I get it. They try to make Shayna Blazer be the one to be the underdog. Let's keep it real. Shayna Blazer is better than Ronda Rousey. Well, let's keep it real. Ronda Rousey, you can sense. I know probably acting, but you can see a sense of fear in Ronda Rousey, unless she's a good actor, because those promos she getting shut down. Like she feel like, oh damn, now somebody that could really potentially whip my ass because we got the same background, and she see it, man. She has that fear in her eyes every time Shayna Blazer say something realistic to her. Shayna Blazer been blasting her on these promos, and salute to Shayna Blazer, man. I'm gonna start having my sound effects soon, man, because it's needed. It really is needed, man. Because it's a lot of noises I want to make. We're gonna get all that back soon. We have a countdown going. We're gonna have promos then. We're gonna do a lot of scripted stuff too as well, intros. It's gonna be fire. We're gonna have this podcast going good. Shayna Blazer been she's been blasting Ronda Rousey. Now hopefully they make this into like a steel case submission match. Bring in the UFC kind of display match against, Ronda Rousey versus Shayna Blazer, and I don't know how they're gonna call it, but since they merged a little bit, they could probably use the UFC title. UFC, they need a name for it. Put that cage in the arena, you know, for that one match, against submission match. There you go, WWE, you got something. Then that's how you probably expand the UFC fighters to be included in WWE now. You see? You see how I just did that? I did that fire too. I did that fire. That was good. They can two be the ones to set it off. They can set it off. They can set it off by having Ronda Rousey versus Shayna Blazer in the cage match, but it's gonna be like special UFC cage submission match. And you don't even need the judges and none of that. You can just be like somebody got to tap out. Have it different. Somebody got to tap out. It's not gonna be no rounds. It's gonna be straight up match. This match probably gonna last probably like 10 minutes, but that's good enough for a match like that. You know, it could be. It's the imagination's crazy. I'll be going off. Like I said, man, Jaime is a writer. One of y'all, somebody, got to. Or maybe it's being talked about already. We don't know. Maybe those type of ideas I have are being talked about already. But go back to my page because I made a lot of wrestlers champion. I created a lot of groups, a lot of everything on this page. Pretty much. But Shayna Blazer, I hope they have her to win since Ronda Rousey is thinking about going back to the UFC to be unretired. So that's gonna be a good look for Shayna Blazer being the one to be dominant now, as she already is, as she is already. So I think they did a good move. It was too fast, but I would have waited till like WrestleMania. I would have had them lose the belts at Royal Rumble because they're a dominant tag team force. They could have been, doing a lot. They could have just been dominant. But I guess the storyline is like, how far, how long can you do it? You know, how far? Because it's like they so dominant that it's gonna be probably become no competition for them. So it's probably why WWE rushed that storyline. I feel like they rushed. I feel like they could have had more energy, more story to tell between them two, created more storyline between them two. And it would have been all right. But shout outs to Shayna Blazer, shout outs to Ronda Rousey too. But You know it's time to pass that torch. It is time to pass that torch. All right, we are half hour in. This is Game Legend 100 TV. Make sure you hit that like button, share button, subscribe. This is CLW Podcast, episode 28. Episode 21 will be Friday before SmackDown on Saturday. Make sure you hit the bell button so you get notifications like we're going live right now. You never know what we're going to be doing. Probably going to be randomly soon to do some giveaways, and you're not going to want to miss that because first come, first serve. Whoever's in the building. So hit the bell button, subscribe, so you get a chance to win. Simple as that. All right. So over to the next. Notes of mine wrote down. Finn Balor. I think Finn Balor might mess up Damian Priest's chances of being a world champion. I feel. I feel like he's gonna get his match interfered again, and then Damian Priest is gonna see Finn Balor knocked out, try to cash in on Seth Rollins, and then Finn Balor is gonna probably help Seth Rollins win the belt, and he'd be like, "If I'm not champion, nobody can be champion." That's gonna be crazy. That's gonna be crazy. That's just an idea I'm throwing out there. This is what I see. Is what I'm sensing, and it could potentially happen. Finn Balor is fed up. I'm fed up for Finn Balor. He's a talent. He's one of a kind talent, unique in his own way. First Universal Champion. Should be, should be one of the top 5 wrestlers to be champion. And it seems like we are having a hard time putting any belt on Finn Balor, and that's a shame. You know, that's. I mean, come on, man. You're gonna have him on. You know, he's only worthy of having the NXT belt. Longevity. It's on longevity. He's only allowed to have the NXT belt for a long time. That ain't right. You created a unique character that could have potentially took the place of the Undertaker, you know, darkness character. You had a lot of chances to do that. You had a chance with Bray Wyatt, then you had a chance with Finn Balor. I don't know. Maybe they don't want nobody to take his place. Because I'm thinking like, okay, they need to make a new person to be either undefeated or a person to be like looked up to them. That's about, not being about being in the darkness or whatever, but like the mysterious character, like there's most mysterious characters, right? The only mysterious character that is in and out is the Fiend, of course, but come on, where is he at? You know? And then we have the demon for Finn Balor that hardly comes out. Who is left? Who can bring up that was missing in WWE? Because that's what's missing in WWE. Phenom type of character. Hey, it's all up to the way they put the storylines on people, or the way they maneuver the characters. Because I think it is just like they just don't have something for them. But how you don't have something for them if they could potentially be the one to carry WWE in a unique and amazing way, the crowd is behind them. It's not like the crowd is not behind it. The crowd is behind these type of mysterious, mystical characters, and Kane not there no more. Who else they got? They ain't got nobody. They ain't got nobody, man. And it really sucks because Finn Balor is a good character. He's a nice wrestler, good wrestler. And they just abandoned him. I feel like they abandoned him by not having him as champion or something. It's kind of all US. I know I'm trying to tell people it's traffic as well. It's a lot of traffic. Got my boy with the US belt, he towed down He ain't losing that belt no time soon. They working him up, his resume up, trying to build up his character. And he gonna soon need to display more I don't give a F type of attitude too as well. It's good, but it needs to be more hyped. It need to be more hyped. But he's doing a good job so far. So and I mean I get I like the Austin Theory character. It's good. I just think it just needs to be improved and hyped, elevated even more. He needs to start cursing out the crowd. Oh, that's just me. I think that catches more heat, and it's just something he needs. Do that until they find a way to maneuver him into a good guy. Because once he earns that good guy, that John Cena, because they just trying to make him the next John Cena. Once he gets that, it's over. You gotta you gotta hit, but it's traffic. You hear what I'm saying? It was traffic back in the day, but WWE had a way of maneuvering people. So you have Batista and the opposite because we know there was gonna be some friction if Batista and John Cena were on the same show. John Cena and Batista both was money back. Everybody liked John Cena, his attitude, thug life attitude. Everybody wanted to be Batista. Because we had Brock Lesnar, right? And he left. So everybody wanted to be Batista. And then F you up. You know what I'm saying? John Cena was cool because of the character, because we can relate to the character. Until he changed it up and it was seeing it now, I understand it now. But back then I was like, man, he should never change the way he was. But sometimes at the right moment, the right time, change is better. That's a quote too. Saying some motivational stuff. Nah, for real though, it was the right moment to do that for John Cena, change his character to be a good guy. And it's kind of like what they need to do with with a lot of wrestlers, because the character can't be going on for years. It's like I don't think you had people being displayed as their character for more than a year and a half. They back in the day they go through like a change like out of nowhere. You hear a manager disrespecting them. You see the manager disrespecting them in a way. They're supposed to be a bad guy. Then he do some good guy stuff like, what you mean? They'll be like, it'd be like a moment where you about to realize and see that manager's about to go with the other wrestler. Then that's the opportunity to change him into a good guy. That's what most of these heels need. And that's what most of these good guys need. They need a change, a character change. See, if Austin Theory had a manager and then his manager starts to disrespect him and he sees some hot stuff going on, some suspect stuff, that's how you change him into a good guy easily. It's not hard, but it's a way to acknowledge that, okay, he's been a bad guy for a while. Let's change him up, let's change his character. But that's just like there's a lot of people that need a character change now. That's why some people say they fall asleep on Raw. That's why some people say they fall asleep on SmackDown. That's why. For commenting, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Salute to everybody once again that be tuning in. That be tuning in. Simple. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit that like button. We're talking about wrestling. I mean, I'm skimming through AEW because it's like just when that momentum was good, they go through rule changes. That has to suck, man. And you're gonna fully potentially see it by next month. They displayed it and gave you a preview of what's to come. And that sucks because AEW was made off being the original and getting back to what wrestling used to be, how it entertained us. But slowly it's gonna become like WWE. And slowly you're gonna see those wrestlers come back to WWE because it's not gonna make any sense. You get what I'm saying? It's not gonna make any sense to be with the same style company. It's not. It's not. I'm sorry. You see all the people are slowly coming back to WWE. But we'll see how they gonna manage this because I didn't like this Blood and Guts main event. I was so hyped watching it, and then it was like I'm seeing certain stuff. I'm like, damn, he didn't use that weapon right. He didn't usually do it the way he used to do. Damn, they really banned these moves. The fun is gone. It's about to be soon. Because I didn't want to see nobody that could hardly raise their hand. They had their hands up like they the one that so easily did. And then Moxley looked disgusted. Let's see. This Moxley face looked disgusted. Moxley face looked disgusted. It looked disgusted. He looked like he was like, you know what, man? I don't know. I do not like what happened. I don't think he liked how the match went. If you want me to keep it real right now. Let's see if we can give you his face expression, because his face expression said it all. His face expression was like so disgusted. And he was hyping it, yo. He was hyping it. Alright, so the match, this is how the match ends. Let me see if I can bring it up. Let's see if I can bring it up for you. Uh, like I said, I didn't like how it ended. They choked out the guy. Looked like they was trying to kill him. Yo, that's how that match ends. I mean, we get it. That's what they was really going for, but just didn't look right to me. But all right, so as you can see here, this stuff. So, so this is how the match ends. Match ends with Adam Page choking out, choking out. God, this got a name. Man. I think it's Will or something. I know it's Will. So this guy, right, gets choked out with the chain. They choke him out. The lead, and all of them just choking the heck out of him. Like, he's the only one that got busted. I can't even lie. He's the only one else that got busted open. But you see how like the Young Bucks look so clean though. Adam Page looks clean. They got hit with a few tacks, but I don't see the damage because back in the day you been hit with tacks. Your whole body is shriveling. You know, they didn't have no effects like back in the days. You get see people get with thumbtacks. a bitch. We used to get some tax could be shaking. You're like, I didn't get none of those effects, yo. It wasn't. I can't be bugging. I know y'all see this, man. I know I'm not the only one. I just know I'm not. But it's stuff like this that you see that they show no effects of being like hurt. You know, they choked this guy out, looked like they nearly killed him. you know, yeah, it was not a good ending. That wasn't a good. It wasn't good ending to me at all. I mean, Kenny Omega did his thing as usual. He had a few highlights that I liked. Since I want to call him Cesaro, Cesaro, he did his thing too. Did his little swing. He was hitting them good with them shots. What I didn't like with Moxley, yo, it was like he didn't look like he was into it. It didn't look like he was into it, man, at all. It didn't. Oh, y'all didn't. Oh, you did, y'all? Y'all see this? I don't even know if y'all can see this. Wait, no, I don't think y'all can see what I just displayed. That's crazy. No, I don't think y'all can see it. That sucks. Thinking y'all see what I'm seeing. Well, I thought y'all would see what I was seeing. Apparently, uh, see if y'all see it now. Oh, y'all see it. All right, cool, 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 cool. All right, yeah. So, yeah, as you can see right here, Adam Page, Young Bucks, all choking him to death. The referee was just looked that way and just said, ring the bell. It was like, we didn't get a chance to see if they even could come back. This, what's this guy's name, man? That left. This left his old team, man. It became a 3-on-4 handicap. I didn't like that. I didn't like that. I wanted a straight up blood and guts, fair 4-on-4 match. And clearly didn't get that. That's why I rate this match a 4 out of 5. That's why the match gets a 4 out of 5. Wasn't bad. It was just I expected more violence from what I've previously been seeing. Uh, what I've previously been seeing, it didn't add up. But when you see that screenshot, right, you would think this match was like extremely violent. But it was mediocre to me. Honestly. When I see blood and guts, I'm thinking like Monsters Ball. Come on, man. We know they got it on Impact Wrestling, man. The match type. Let's not playing these games, man. We know the match type came from Impact Wrestling. Monsters Ball, you know. And I'm looking at the glass. I was like, what's that really glass? It looked a little plasticky, like a cut up plastic glass or something. It was a little suspect. I ain't see that much blood coming down from their backs. Everything and Cesaro, I think he was like trying to wipe it off. I'm like, that's kind of weird. But I mean, new rule changes comes with weird stuff. So it is what it is, man. I didn't like it. I was disappointed. Like I'm thinking, oh yeah, this one. So looking at the match, I'm like, it's not a Moses ball match. I expect some more thumbtacks. I want to see some pain. They don't like they in pain. They don't like they was in pain at all. I didn't get no acting and like they was in pain. Like they was still doing moves that they had thumbtacks in their backs. Like, it was just the emotion wasn't there. I'll tell you that much. The emotions wasn't there at all. I don't know what happened. Maybe they got mad and disgusted with the rule changes as well because the emotions wasn't there with this match. Like you want to see what the title was telling you. It's blood and guts. I didn't see none of that. I just see see the blood, but I didn't see no guts. Meaning like I didn't see that 3 on 4. I didn't see those 3 people go against these 4 people and surround. They team up. I'm like, damn, we the only ones left. First of all, you got Moxley handcuffed, so they couldn't even do that as it is. And then you got these people. Just it was terrible. I ain't gonna lie. I'm saying it was terrible. A blood and guts match, they could have did way better. They could have did way better. Maybe the rule change messed up everything, but I think it did. I think it messed up a lot of things, a lot of shit. But that's just my opinion, of course. I don't like it. You go when I see a blood and guts match, go look at the first blood and guts match. Go look at the very first one. Simple. But this Game Legend Wanted TV, man. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. We heading towards the end of the podcast. It's CLW Podcast episode 28. Episode 29 will be Saturday, and episode 30 it will be Sunday. Saturday we're going to review Rampage and Collision. Oh, we're going to review Collision Sunday as much as possible. Episode 30, just hopefully Sunday. And my co-host, Stephen the Goddess, is going to be here. Future Women's Champion in episode 30. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button if you agree. This is a podcast, it's a wrestling podcast, COW, Certified Legends Wrestling Podcast. Soon we're going to have guests up here on the show. We'll talk about wrestling. We'll talk about giving motivational, things for everybody that wants to be a wrestler that watches my podcast, and the kids, and everybody else that watches it as well that wants motivational to do what these wrestlers and athletes do. Simple as that. That's what it's about. It's what the field we're in right now. It's the move and wave we're on right here on Game Legend 100. So make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. You won't be disappointed. Hit that bell button, hit that motivational bell, share, like, subscribe. This is CLW Podcast. Now, let's see. Let's see. I want y'all to see what I'm talking about when I say the hands was raised. Oh, this one got me. This one got me too. When Moxley was standing on Kenny Omega with spikes in his hand. Where was the blood at? Like, where was the blood at, man? And then all of a sudden, they start to go at it. And then we just get away from the spikes. It was like, wow, what happened, man? That was just it was just matches. It was just stuff that they knew they couldn't do. They did it. It was just crazy. Man. I just thought Kenny Omega was going to get his head smashed and spikes or something more worse. And it wasn't, they teased. They was just teasing. They was honestly really teasing. They was really honestly teasing. They was teasing. And it was 4 out of 5 match, man. Simple as that. Like I said before, blood and guts deserve to be blood and guts. I want to see survival. I want to see it. What if, or is he gonna do it? I seen a match where it was basically a hardcore match. Is blood and guts gone? Is blood and guts lost his touch? Are the wrestlers satisfied because the chemistry was there, but it was like the energy and emotions wasn't, you know? So, but then again, it's only my opinion. Maybe some people agree, they don't, but I know what I've seen as a wrestling fan. You dig? But this is CLW Podcast. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And episode 29 will be, oh, I think it's now. Episode 29 will be, give me 2 minutes. Episode 29 will be premiering. Will be Saturday. We're going to review Friday Night SmackDown. Hopefully it's good. And we're going to review on Sunday. We're going to review Collision, which is Saturday. So tune in on, I guess I'm going to try to do it at 6 p.m., 7 p.m. I'll be disappointed. Make sure you hit that like button, man, on this podcast. So this was blood and guts. I'm gonna give this is just what it was. Blood and guts here. This was blood and guts. This is what blood and guts was about. But it teased you. Why? Because they did the violence. They busted them open. They did everything they could. But they couldn't do those chair shots. They couldn't display extreme violence. I didn't see blood come out everywhere else, but really, whatever, or Moxley. I expected everybody to be busted open. I expected everybody to have scars on them. Because they promoted the match like it was going to have some scars. I think those scars in the back. But we're going to see. We're going to see the damages, on Friday. We're going to see when Rampage come on. And Collision. But this is a episode review. We're going to start reviewing this week on Raw, SmackDown, AEW. So you guys get a few 30 minutes of WWE, 30 minutes of AEW. That's how the format we're going to do it for now. So make sure you tune in to episode 28 because the format is going to be like that from now on. Hit that bell button, hit that subscribe button, hit that share button, hit that like button. CLW Podcast, Certified Legends Wrestling. Go keep putting that in your head. Father and daughter podcast. I'm holding it down, being aggressively motivated as much as possible within myself. To keep pushing and keep on going, displaying nothing but greatness on this podcast channel and everything else we do on this platform and page. Like I said before, on all platforms, Game Legend 100, we are going to do an anime series. I'm looking for a lot of people to play the voices. Have their, voices as the anime character. It's gonna be a contract, displayed, written, whatever. It's written contract, gonna get paid. This was all about trying to show love to my peoples that's out in the hood, trying to show love to people, that's just it'll be another way to get your revenue up, as much as it is, probably is already, the business, whatever you do, it's be like a little side gig, something to put on your resume, say, oh, I did this. You feel me? So when we finish up with that, we're gonna do some auditions. I'm gonna reach out to people that I just, that believed in me and motivated me with something is from back in the days or now, even more now. So make sure you hit that like button, tune into that. We ain't gonna display the name right now. But we will be premiering a little 10-second of what it's gonna be about. And then when we start holding auditions, we'll start holding auditions from the upcoming Trapped in the Mind, that book coming soon. Movie gonna be coming soon as well. Hopefully Netflix or somebody picks that up because everybody's telling me from the preview let people see I'm the next Freddy Krueger. That's what they telling me, man. You better know. So make sure you hit that like button, like old school scary feeling. Oh my gosh. Damn. Books. You might want to get that trapped in the mind. Trapped in the mind coming soon, man. Simple as that. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. That was my promotions. Soon we're just gonna have a video. It's gonna press that. It's gonna play on its own. And we just be freestyling this because this is what we do. The camera comes on, we just activate it. That's what it's all about. Everybody that support me, everybody been liking the page, sharing, subscribing, liking, commenting. Salute to all of y'all, man. Soon we're gonna have our Discord going on as well. So we're just gonna be activated on every type of level doing this podcast. You know, having everybody interact. We're gonna have a phone number so you can call in as well. It's gonna have a lot of fun on this COW podcast. Certified Legends Wrestling episode 28. We're out of here. Peace and blessings. Upcoming week coming up. Enjoy yourselves. Please be positive. Keep on motivating others to be great. Don't ever give up on your goals and dreams because it's always going to be there. You're going to encounter pain along with trying to strive for greatness. So don't let that pain overcome you. Keep on striving. Keep on going. Keep on reaching for glory because that's a part of your story. Skate Legend 100. Hit that bell button for notifications to go live just like we are right now. CLW Podcast, Certified Legends Wrestling. We out of here. Peace and blessings.